In terms of finding my understanding and then interpretation and then performance practice of a song, Rückblick was probably the song where it took me the longest time to find some answers for myself, which is kind of funny because I think this one, Oder Stachung, but probably this one is the song that I had to practice the most to feel like I was actually in control of the piano part. Compared to something like Erstarrung, it's also much more difficult in the ensemble. You just have to be on complete alert, complete focus mode to make it through this song unscathed.
Es brennt mir unter meinen Sohlen, ich auch schon auf heißem Schnee. Ich möchte nicht wieder Atem holen, bis ich nicht mehr die Türme sehe. Hab mich an jeden Stein gestoßen, so eilt ich zu der Stadt hinaus.
I think of Janus or Janus, but this god that looks backwards and forwards at the same time. Because when he's running away, the music is supposed to represent this kind of desperation or clumsiness as he's desperately trying to leave a city where all of this story happened. All of these extreme dynamics, crescendo, decrescendo, forte piano, everything happened very quickly. Sudden dynamics, for me it's extremely cinematic with the camera panning quickly and then a new shot all of a sudden. And in the moments where he's looking forwards, where he's fleeing and running away and facing the direction that he's running, meaning into the future, away from his pain, it's all in minor. And then when he's looking backwards, Wie anders hast du mich empfangen? There it's in F major. Major keys or just standard expected sources of happiness are deceitful in this song cycle. Your actual experience of life, your way forward, is through minor keys. I love the dislocation between the voice part and the piano part in this song.
Die Krähen warfen Bell und stoßen auf meinen Mut von Reden aus. Die Krähen warfen Bell und stoßen.
To really show how he's kind of bumping into things and trying to catch himself and tripping on stuff. Just a personal note of pleasure in this. Right after he says, und ach, zwei Mädchenaugen glühten, da war's geschehen dich, Gesell. I just love thinking of Gesell as like the modern day bro or dude.
Und ach, zwei Mädchenaugen glühten, da war's geschehen dich, Gesell.
And that was Curtains for You, my dude. When I did the Lindenbaum video, I also talked about this middle section as having the horn fifths combined with the left hand of the piano and the voice.
Wie anders hast du mich empfangen, du Schatz der Unbeständigkeit, an deinen blanken Fenstern sangen.
And that's the same musical element as in Lindenbaum. So even though the Lindenbaum is a safe space, the moment that he's there, anytime you're looking backwards, anytime there's this call, it actually is something that turns to ashes in your mouth. In my experience of playing the song, I think it's totally in Ordnung to take a little bit of a slower tempo in this section. Möchte ich zurücke wieder wanken, vor ihrem Hause stille stehen. To enhance the word painting of the word wieder wanken. And also the accents on zurücke wieder wanken. Möchte ich zurücke wieder wanken. Anyway, but this image of looking backwards should be dangerously intoxicating for him. The last thing I want to say about this song is talking not about Schubert, but about Müller, and looking at the rhythmical structure of the poems, especially at the beginning of certain strophes in Auf dem Fluss, der du so lustig rauschtest, du heller wilde Fluss, wie still bist du geworden, gibt's keine Scheide groß. There's a lot of kind of double accents, like der, du. The words don't actually fit a regular flowing pattern. And that fits the psychology of the song because of the simple fact that we're dealing with a good poet. I think in Rückblick, something that you have to consider is that the whole poem is perfectly iambic. Es brennt mir unter beiden Sohlen, tritt ich auch schon auf eisem Schnee. Ich möchte nicht wieder Atem holen, bis ich nicht mehr die Türme sehe. And then you have a song like Irrlicht that follows. In die tiefsten Felsengründe lockte mich ein Irrlicht hin. There it's all trochees. The accent is on the first syllable, not on the second syllable. And that gives a much more stable pattern. Schubert reacts very literally to this by putting accents. And then an accent. And I think in Rückblick, Schubert's rhythm is perfectly in rhythm with the iambic rhythm that Müller sets when Schubert puts the 2/16 notes where he puts them. Es brennt mir unter beiden Sohlen tritt ich. Sohlen tritt ich. Right, so you always have the accent on the next beat. There's not one beat that's missing. He had a choice to give the singer a bit more space there, but he compressed it. While respecting the built-in rhythm of the text, Schubert does set it in the smallest natural way possible. And it's also very telling that in the middle section, Wie anders hast du mich empfangen, the rhythm is also perfectly steady, but Schubert takes out the 16th notes, giving it a completely different feel. So when you're looking backwards, he's kind of lost in that daze. And when you're looking forwards, you're compressing everything. as he's rushing to kind of escape and get out of this hallucinatory, looking backwards, source of pain.
Möcht ich noch einmal rückwärts sehen,